Hello. I guess I'm going to start this as whichever part number ends up becoming is the next part video of my Enterprise Refit build series, whatever it turns out to be. I'm still a lot on the hard stuff. Okay, I'm still on the hard stuff. The hardest is the secondary hull wiring. Especially if you have a bulky gauge wire. I managed to secure some of it down before I decided to come out here and paint my windows, as I'm about to do right here. Now, why are they covered in masking tape? There's just thin little lines that I want painted. And you're gonna want those to match this, the rest of your hull color. So, once again, it's this color, so just get that out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and paint. You can't even, maybe. Alright. And now when you are done painting, hold your can upside down. And then spray until it's clear. Then your paint tip is cleaned. And so we'll come back after this is dry, and we'll see how it turned out. Hello, and welcome back. I have my windows in. Let's go ahead and pull it up. You can see that they're nicely painted. And if you look hard enough, you can see the inside of the arboretum, which I think is nice. I also got some of my wires in, and with the arboretum, I also got the first LED in. Now, let's just see how well I can do this single-handedly. Hold on. Gotcha! This is one of the strobe LEDs, and I kind of figured, I think you have to make all your connections on this little circuit board first before it will work. So let's hope my intuition is correct, and then everything works out. So, I will first off explain before I go, the reason you have to make the modifications to the pylons is so that way you can put your wires in here and then they can just run up on the inside of the pylon, because if you were not to modify them, and I'll put these two halves together, you can see that it's hollow on the inside, but notice that there's a hole right there, and everywhere else it just comes together. That's the reason why. If you don't, then you get a real big ugly gap right here where the secondary hull sides and top meet. Now, even after you make your modifications, and you gotta take down those pylon tabs which holds the pylons on, and that will help produce it even further. But if you didn't make that pylon mod, you have that big ugly hull. You can't get rid of it all, and that's why you want to use your filler putty. And of course, even after doing your putty, you're going to want to go over it again with another coat of your hull color. And then, once I get the shuttle bay and all the secondary hull lights in, seal it up, and put the deflector housing on and neck on, and then we're ready to move on to the nacelles. How did I ever manage to finish up the secondary hull? Anyway, I will see you in the next part of this Enterprise Refit build-up series. Assembled of it so far. I have my arboretum in place. I have a few of my LEDs in place for the internal lighting. And I've just put in my shuttle bay floor. Now, what we're going to be doing next is putting the shuttle bay. And this is going to be the most difficult part. Why? I basically have to fit all of these parts right here on the stool and just kind of fit them snugly between all those wires. It's not the first time I've done it, but I think in this case there is more wiring in there because there are more circuits. And so we're just going to take it one piece at a time. And now before we even do any gluing, we need to scrape paint in areas where there will be glue applied. Now you can do this with sandpaper or knife as I am doing here and just kind of gently scrape it away. Now why do we do this? If we don't scrape away the paint and we put down our glue, the glue and the paint will mix together and then your parts won't stick together very well. And you're going to want to do this with almost every surface that you do. So again, just kind of scrape it gently until you see white plastic. And then you move on to your next part. Now if there aren't any areas with paint and you're just gluing a couple pieces together, go for it. This will be painted very shortly with the overall hull color. And after that, it's on to Aztec painting. Yay! The deflector dish looks perfect on camera.